Yeah. Yeah, of course. Hey everyone, I'm back. I thought I'd include this little bit of footage at the end of this video. For those of you who already watch my vlogs, you'll know that at the end of every con I have this little section where, while I'm still in cosplay, I'll do a wrap up of the day. Unfortunately, I wasn't able to do that this time around for a number of reasons, including having a busy schedule, there not being enough space in our hotel room to film, and also just being so damn exhausted for the day that I just wanted to collapse. But now that I'm back home, I've been able to relax and regather my thoughts. I thought that I'd now add this bit of footage wrapping up the day. So Saturday was my very first time at PAX ever. I was so excited to go, and I'm glad I did. I had a lot of fun. Brought my GLaDOS cosplay back out to wear. It's been, I think, about a year since I wore her. That would be about right. The last time I wore her was at EB Games Expo, which is around the same time as PAX is. Brought back out the simpler version this time around, and seeing how it was also just happened to be my birthday around the same time as PAX, I thought having the cake would be very fitting. I had to do a couple adjustments actually to GLaDOS. My rendition of her cosplay, it involves quite a bit of armor pieces, but of course don't have the room to bring that on a plane, so I just bought the simpler version this time round, which I think worked out quite well. The simpler version still looks really cool, and it ended up actually Saturday morning taking us a while to get ready for con anyways. We ended up arriving a bit later actually in the morning, just because I think we were so tired from arriving the Friday. We needed that extra bit of hours sleep. But it was good because by the time that we arrived, it was quite easy to get into the convention. It was just straight walk in. The convention itself reminds me a lot about EB Games Expo. I think there's that same vibe with all the gaming studios coming in and bringing their games for you to play, for you to try. If you're into trying games before they've been released, this is your thing. For me though, it was a bit hard in cosplay to wait in line and to try any game. So we didn't do that. Instead, we walked around a bit, hung around the Logitech booth, took some photos. But rather than the games, it was really the people and our friends that we met and the new friends that we made that really made our con day. I can't say how long we were inside for, but at some point we did make it outside, and it was outside that a lot of people were taking photos. And there were a lot of areas to take photos in, which is awesome because usually at conventions it can kind of be hard. There are certain restrictions in certain areas. I know, like at the Supernova conventions, unless you're like a part of the staff or part of the signed media, there's a limit to how much gear that you can take. And being the venue where it's held, there are restrictions to certain areas you can take photos in. I know that when we were at OzCon a couple weeks ago, there were restrictions there as well, taking photos around the harbour. And in order to take photos, you're really resigned to the convention floor itself and the rooftop. But no, we didn't have that problem in Melbourne. There were a lot of cool areas around the con itself that we were able to stay to and take photos with. So that really worked out well. It was great seeing some of our friends who had also travelled down to Melbourne, and we met some other cool people too, as you do. I did bring a couple of props down for the shoot, like a birthday hat and some accessories like that, which made for a really funny GLaDOS shoot. They'll be up on my Instagram. If you check the link below, you'll be able to see them there. And we ended up hanging out in that area outside for quite a while, I think a couple of hours. The weather was so nice. So I think that also was a reason why. Usually when you're cosplaying at the convention, and especially if you have layers on, it can get quite hot. So Saturday was just perfect temperature in the shade to be able to chill outside and get some fresh air without getting too hot or too cold. So after hanging outside and saying hi to everybody, we head back inside and did one last walk around the con floor. At that point though, we were pretty tired and it was nearing the end of the day, so we decided it was about time to head back to the hotel. The great thing about PAX though is that it goes on really late, to like 10, so we were able to get back into casual clothes and return to the con floor and explore the grounds a bit more. Which was great because now that we were out of our cosplay, we were able to actually go into the merch booths and see more of the stuff. If you see my Friday video, you would know that we went to this comic store and I was torn between whether to buy a turret pop figure or a shell pop figure. I ended up finding another shell there and I decided, what the heck, and got that too. Yeah, she is. Oh, she's so cute. And she comes with her own companion cube. Look at that! Look at that! And my turret. Sweet little turret. So yeah, it was great to be able to go back in casual clothes and to be able to fully check out the booths. We did see a, what were they called? A speed run of Undertale. That was cool. The guy's hands were just going crazy. And I think I type fast. And then slowly began to wrap up and we made our way home for a quiet night, just having dinner in and finishing up our cosplays for the next day. Of course, it was such a great day, but there's always, you know, one or two things. I think one of the problems being that when you're in cosplay, it's kind of hard to test out games or to go into panels, which is why I think it was great that we went back later in the day and casual was able to test out games. But we did miss out on one of the panels we wanted to go to in the middle of the day. It was a Alice Madness Returns talk, and being a big fan of the game and a big fan of Mr. Mickey's art style, that was one of the panels I really wanted to go to, but unfortunately we did end up missing that. I'm hoping to find it online though. There are a couple of talks that I did want to see that I have found copies up online, so I'm hoping to look around a bit and maybe I'll find it. Another thing, no artist alley, which for me as an artist myself is my favourite part of any convention. Of course I understand though, it is a big gaming, like strictly gaming convention. It's not going to have a huge artist alley like Supernova or Smash or any of those other mixed genre cons. It's more like EB Expo, which is alright, but that's just something that I was a bit like, you know. But anyway, I did have a great day, and by the time we wrapped up, we were just ready to go back to the hotel and have a quiet night in, and just focused on getting our costumes ready for the next day. The following day we were doing Overwatch cosplay, and it would be my first time debuting my Sombra cosplay. It still needed to be fixed up the night before. I was still working on the LEDs in her headpiece and getting all that together. Thankfully, it all worked out though. But that is a story for the next video. but overall I had such a great first day. If you guys want to see what my second day was like, hit that subscribe button in order to keep updated on my next Sunday video, which I should have up very shortly. But until then, give me a like, comment below, let me know how your PAX went and what you cosplayed as, what game you played, what panels you attended. I can't wait to hear from you. But until then, I'll see you guys in the next video.